Hey guys, this is the Disney Dude, and just last week at the Las Vegas CinemaCon, they have just released the rest of 2018 and the 2019 movie slate, and the dates that they will be coming out for those years, or for late 2018 and 2019. So let's get into it. What we have coming up the soonest, in 2018. Is Solo, a Star Wars story, which I am really excited for because I really like these kind of prequel, kind of like anthology films. So that's a really good movie that at least I hope it's a good movie that comes out later this year. And up next we have The Incredibles 2 coming out on June 15th of 2018, and I am also really excited for this because we've been waiting so long for a sequel to The Incredibles, and it's finally coming. And then after that, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, I'm not as excited for this one as I am for pretty much all the rest of the films because I haven't really been into these superhero movies or the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. I have said this in a previous video before, but if I can ever get to, like, the rest of these Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, then I'll probably watch it at some point, but at this point, I'm not as excited for this one as I am for the others. And then up next, we have Christopher Robin, a live-action sequel to Winnie the Pooh, which I think is really a surprise to me because I thought they had just stopped Winnie the Pooh after like just a few years ago. They had made a Winnie the Pooh movie. I never watched it, but they had made a Winnie the Pooh movie just a few years ago, and I thought they had stopped there. But that is coming out on August 3rd, 2018. And then after that, there's a film that hasn't really gotten much sunlight, or like much popularity in the movies, the upcoming movies, and that is The Nutcracker in the Four Realms. Now, this one isn't as known as the other movies that might be coming out this year because I think it's like a non-IP based. It's like a non-IP based or intellectual property based movie or film, whatever you want to call it. So I really think that that's why it hasn't been so popular in the latest films coming out with Disney. And that is coming out on November 2nd. I want to see that personally because I want to see any Disney movie really, but that just sounds like a really exciting movie. And then after that, we have Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is coming out on November 22nd, 2018. Or, no, sorry, November 21st, 2018. This is a really, I really love, this movie, that's coming out later this year, because, well, first of all, I relate to video games a lot, and second of all, it's been a very, early sequel. Like, you usually see sequels come out, like, 6 or 7 years after a movie comes out, like we're seeing with Frozen, Frozen 2, as I will mention later in this video. But, yeah, I just cannot wait for Wreck-It Ralph 2. And then, after that, we have Mary Poppins Returns, coming out on Christmas, December 25th, 2018, which I also cannot wait for, because this is, Mary Poppins has been very close to my heart. I really love the Mary Poppins. I'm just hoping that Disney just doesn't make a sequel, and then it's like really horrible, ruining the Mary Poppins franchise. I'm also really excited for this movie because Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of Hamilton, is going to be in it. He's playing like a Bert-like character. He's not playing Bert, but he's playing a Bert-like character. So yeah, I'm really excited for that movie. And also Emily Blunt's in it, playing Mary Poppins. So that movie should be very good. And then after that, going into 2019, we have Captain Marvel coming out on March 19th. Again, not as excited for this one as other people might be, for reasons I explained earlier in this video. But it sounds interesting. We haven't gotten many details about it, but I assume it's going to be a very good movie, as with most Marvel movies that Disney has come out with. And after that, we have the live-action Dumbo movie, directed by Tim Burton, coming out on March 29th. Very close between Captain Marvel and Dumbo. And the live-action Dumbo, directed by Tim Burton, should be a very good movie. It's going to use that CGI / live-action type thing, like in the Jungle Book. Like they'll have live-action surroundings, but the animals will be CGI, as we'll see with in a later entry in this video. And then after that, another not very known movie, even within Disney fans, with myself, I was actually surprised when I saw this movie on the movie slate. But another movie is Penguins, whatever that is, coming out on April 19th, 2019. And I don't have much to say about this because, well, this is like the first time I've heard about it when this movie slate came out. So, not many, even Disney fans know about it. I don't know why. There just hasn't been many details released about it. So I don't have much to say about it. And then after that, there is Avengers 4, an untitled Avengers movie, but there will be an Avengers 4 coming out on May 3rd, 2019. I just find it really weird right now that they have a movie date or a release date for a movie that they don't even have a title for. I just find it really interesting. Like, even with Star Wars, they can at least call it Star Wars Episode 9, but on the movie slate, it just says Untitled Avengers Movie, Avengers 4. So, I just find that really weird, and it's coming out on May 3rd, 2019, if I haven't mentioned that already. And then after that, we have one that I am really excited for. One of the movies I'm the most excited for coming out in 2019 is Aladdin, the live-action Aladdin, coming out on May 24th, 2019. And I am like excited, so ecstatic for this movie because I've said this also in a previous video, but like the Disney Renaissance movies are very good, well written. They are very good movies, and I cannot wait for Aladdin to come out. And then after that, we have Toy Story 4, June 21st, 2019. Again, also, Toy Story, a very dear movie, beloved by many Disney fans. I love it. You probably love it. But yeah, that should be a very good movie. There's also not many details about it either, except for the fact that it's gonna be about trying to find Bo Peep and Woody's love for Bo Peep. So I don't know how that movie's gonna play out. Hopefully they don't ruin the series, because if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure this happened, but I thought Toy Story 3 had a very good ending, and they could have just ended it there because there wasn't much need for a fourth movie after that. They're probably just Disney's just trying to capitalize on a big movie series that they have. I think this is probably what that is, because I thought that Toy Story 3 had a very good ending, yeah, just a very good ending. I don't think it needs another sequel, but here it is, Toy Story 4. And then after that, another one I'm really excited for, this one doesn't have a direct date, but it has, it's coming out in July, and this is the live-action Lion King. This is probably going to be more like the the Jungle Book movie, like the CGI, but the live action, surroundings. Um, Again, and with the Dumbo too. But also, I have said this before, The Lion King is a Disney Renaissance movie, very well written, very beloved by many. I love it, and I just really cannot wait for it. And James Earl Jones is returning as Mufasa for this movie, so that should be really good. And then after that, we're coming to the last 3 movies that they put on this slate here. We have Artemis Fowl, another movie that I was surprised to see on this movie slate. But there's also not much known about this movie except for the fact that it's Artemis Fowl and it's being released on August 19th, 2019. That's all we know pretty much about it. So can't really shed some light on it like Penguins too. And then after that, a lot of people are probably going to be very excited for this. Kids are going to be ecstatic for this, and there should be a lot of hype around it too. And this is Frozen 2, coming out on November 27th, 2019. And as I've said in a previous video, my Frozen rant video, I'm not a big fan of Frozen. I mean, I'll watch it. It's just the problem that it's just been way too big for my liking, and it, like, when you hear the songs over and over and over again, like you do with Frozen, it just gets really repetitive and annoying after a while. So yeah, that should be a big box office boomer for Disney, because there will be a bunch of little girls asking their parents to go see it, and it's going to be this big thing. And the last movie on this slate here is Star Wars Episode 9. Not the closing to the Star Wars movies yet, because they've just renewed another trilogy, but this is the end to the current trilogy right now. Star Wars Episode 9 also doesn't have a name, but then again, the Star Wars movies don't usually have names until like a few months before they come out, like The Last Jedi, like we saw there. And this is coming out on December 19th, 2019, and I just saw The Last Jedi. It was a really great movie. Not better than some other Star Wars movies, but it is definitely a good movie. And I can't wait for this completion to this trilogy to come out in very late 2019. And yeah, that's this movie slate that Disney has just released to the public at CinemaCon. And I'm really happy with what they have getting released later this year and next year. And so if you like this video, leave a like, comment on what you're most excited for in this movie slate, and subscribe, comment, like, share, do anything to get these videos across. And I will see you guys next time. See ya!